I'm gonna wait for Saturn. Just here. Oh yeah. Oh, Harper here. Stacy's here. Oh, nice. Yeah, we did it all. Michelle's here, Zoom. And Snyder here.
My nephew used to like to go up there.
I was here.
David Snyder. He has a name. He operated the bakery. Oh, okay. 10 years ago. Some friends of theirs that lived in Davison. We had some good times up there.
What's the time? 7:04. All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 7:04. Yep, Howie's here, gotcha. And then who else? Yep, we got Lana. Lana, number one. Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, sweet. All right.
Save me a seat at the picnic table.
Of course, of
The
course.
big kids table.
Oh yeah. And Martha. We got a full group. Goodness. So who needs an agenda? No, Michelle's on. Yeah, Michelle's. Yep, we're good. All right, so we're going to call the meeting to order at 7:04. Motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Howe, second by Drew. Harper, anything to add on new business, or are we good? Okay, perfect. Secretary's report, I sent that out to everybody on Monday. Motion to approve the secretary's report. Motion by Howie, second. Second by Drew. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Yeah, here's the truth.
Second half.
So what happens at the midpoint of every year is that we go onto a new sheet and the type stops getting smaller for a little while. But we had 3 transactions since our last meeting and 4 this quarter. The 3 transactions were a payment to Milan Electric for a plan for the electrical in Toland Square, a payment to Sigler Accounting for preparing our 990 form, which has been submitted to the government, and a payment for $250 to the Milan Rotary for the good bundle, which is not managed.
Okay.
And the donation to Big Red Bundle and the are both expenses that would come out of our general funds as opposed to earmark funds. And so I think last meeting, we had $3,004 in the account. This year it's 24, or this week it's 2439 in the account because of those two payments. Got one more dues paid, and that's what I've got.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report as shown.
Motion, second.
Motion by Drew. I'll give Howie the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries. Old business, Toll Square. I did talk to the Third Thursday crew, Annie Riddle, Annie Baldwin, sorry. I know you and we talked about doing a booth for Third Thursday to raise money for Toll Square for awareness. So that's all set. We're going to be set up adjacent at the Collins Center, which is our best bet besides the local pharmacy because it's kind of out there, but we're adjacent to Toll Square. So I kind of made that executive decision. Anything else on add for Colin?
So the last 2 weeks, we've been focusing on fundraising effort, and I have not collected any dollars from anyone yet. And I've not even asked anybody for any dollars. I presented these packets that I don't know if people have seen. So these are the fundraising packets that
Yeah.
So these are the fundraising packets that we're using for residents and organizations. And the cover letter tells them that we want to pull in public post trees from the square, the plan for seeking financial support and special. There's a page that just has a narrative for what changes in the square would be. The layout for the square, and then a sheet on the people we're going to honor as the fundraising campaign, and the 3 phases that we'll be going through there. Right now, we're in our large donor campaign, an effort to raise about $35,000. In August, we'll start our public campaign. That's a goal of $50,000, and then the 3rd phase is the state of Michigan matching it for another $50,000. The bullets down here, the things we'll be doing for donors when they contribute to the program. And when we have large donors, we're asking them to contribute half their money now, and later, so that we got some large amounts coming in during that campaign that will get the match. And then there's the last 2 pages are renderings of this. Probably half the organizations to a lot of individuals to downtown businesses. I'm starting to get into the businesses outside of town. Last 2 days, I've been pretty much sitting in my apartment writing grants or inquiry letters to organizations about grants. There's 24 organizations, some of them local, most of them out of town, that support this sort of project, and we're reaching out to them, asking for amounts ranging from $1,000 to $20,000. And so I think that I've hit about at the beginning of the process, we identified about 80 people that we thought had the potential for being large donors, and I've reached out to about 55 or 60 of those to the downtown businesses. Probably hit 2/3 of those, and to those green organizations, I think we've hit 19 of the 26. So we're trying to make progress on all that, and I expect that the next time I come to one of these meetings, it will be to report that there's actually money in the office related to this. And our goal is to hit that $35,000 sometime during August. Okay.
Great, thank you.
Well, I've not had a response from any second contractor regarding this.
Okay.
And I do have a type of contract, a cement contractor that I'm really looking for, because the local folks don't do curbs. That's a fairly specialized thing. And people who do curbs, they're busy. And so if you've got any contacts in the cement world, let me know. Thank you.
Recycle days, Holly.
So I looked at the prices for two options for our advertising. If we did a Main Street banner, with that and the city fee, it's $250. That's maybe fine, right? So, that would be maybe another $50 to $100. If it's like the second option, would be 10 double-sided signs and $20. So, see how you guys feel about advertising. One.
My thought is that we need the event to succeed. We need the community to take their
And then
probably the most users.
so
It's the city of
banner
Milan
and-
thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's at the DPW building, so we'll just,
But, I mean, it's not supporting people in townships.
no, it's all the city. Same contract as 2019 when we did it before. Just also same contractors.
So not to exceed $500 for advertising.
Let's also see if we can find a sponsorship for some.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So we can reach out for that. Okay, good. Sweet.
Wonder if that does file care.
Cares, we could,
Good
yeah,
idea.
yeah, I'll talk to him, or if you want to,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll talk about that, yeah, I'd say maybe $300, something, just, yeah, it's about,
Anything to mitigate our loss.
yeah, so, and
Okay.
the city is putting it on for us for free, we're just the volunteers taking,
And I think that they pay a considerable amount for those services.
well, it's about 8 per household and about, depending on how much e-waste and shredded, well, the shredded and e-waste combined are gonna be cheaper together in a
It's
day.
around 10 to
Yeah,
$12,000. for all of it.
But they gave us a bid for 20K, so we'll not exceed 20K. So we're spot on. So we're about 11 under. So, or
I mean, if
11K.
if we don't get people to take stuff there, the city's never going to
Yeah.
invest in things like that again.
Yeah. The second time the first time was a blessing. Second time we just want to build it in more. So, but also a year off. We'll see. But I know turnout people been after me and true friends have been on it. So
Yeah.
You know, we might also look at things like little
medical drop off.
flyers that you can put on the counter.
Yeah.
At,
Yeah.
Table tent?
Yeah.
restaurants. And, you know, nothing fancy, just something that can be
Yeah.
run on a copy machine.
Yeah, we got community boards that we can placard too, so, yeah, I agree with that. So, there was a motion for not to exceed 500. Can we get a second?
Dave second.
Dave second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay, motion carries. Got to still follow Robert rules of order. So anything else we got for recycle days? Nope. Block parties, Stace?
So, okay. We're just charging one.
Oh,
block party for this year, but we had an overwhelming response.
Yep.
So the one that was scheduled for Uptown Village Association found out
uh-huh.
and
Oh, wow.
they forbade it to be.
Wow.
Even if they were gonna have it in the parking lot of the clubhouse, I could see insurance issue or whatever, you have a non-residence there.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we'll just have it, we'll block off, we're gonna permit and block out their block, and just start in front of their house. No. The association said absolutely not. Nothing of any sort there. So I reached back out to,
Isn't that the one like on the north side of Milan?
Yeah.
Hotel one.
Beyond our corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea why?
I was just gonna ask.
That just seems out of character for any neighborhood to say that they don't want their neighbors to know each other.
Well, the neighbors wanted it, the association, whoever is on the.
Association board.
Yes, that absolutely not.
That might be open to outsiders to join in.
Right, that's the reason why they don't want it. They don't
Oh, I
want
see.
outsiders there.
Okay.
The outsiders
Okay.
would be welcome.
Right, yeah. So, Meadowbrook, there is half of the subdivision wants to have block parties. So
Okay.
they were gonna have one in October.
Yep.
So I reached back out to Shannon and
Liz.
then Liz and then my ex-husband and all them. So they all want to have one. So they might have one twice. They might have one on August and October.
Okay.
We already ordered or reserved the porta potty for August 7th. So Shannon is going
True,
to,
homogeneous.
no, because the Mineral Fair, all their,
You checked with them and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
but all theirs are booked for the fair. That's really. So he went with somebody else a little bit more, it was $100, a little bit more, but we figure for September and October, we can get finalists. And so she, like I said, Shannon's gonna see if we can still have it August 7th,
Okay.
or if it's too soon for everybody to arrange, and get everything together. So we might change that date, we'll see. If not, so far, well, then Ed Fuller was gonna have it in September.
Okay.
But we haven't heard back from him, and Ed was gonna take it upon himself to talk to Eddie, so, we don't know about September yet.
Okay.
Maybe in August 7th, we might have one.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the one that was scheduled. So I told Shannon, I said, well, maybe you guys just supposed to have a different street. But you
Mhm.
gotta let me know because I have to pull permit for each street that's
Yeah.
blocked off.
Yeah.
So, just let me know, if they want to have all three. I mean, you'll have the three different spots. Because they want one on North Street, the other one will be on Beaver Tail. And then they said somebody on, Meadowbrook Boulevard wants that one.
Okay.
So that's kind of the three, like the one end, the middle, and the
So
other.
I don't know where two of those three streets are.
So North Street's on.
I know
west
where
side.
North Street is.
Beaver
That's where the
Tail's
middle
right in the
school is.
middle. Yep. And then
Beaver
Meadowbrook
Tail is off of North Street.
is in between Morning Glory and Poppy. It's right in the middle of the subdivision.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Meadowbrook Boulevard is the very end,
Oh, Morning Glory and Poppy are up.
or
up
east to
the
west.
next subdivision north.
So Meadowbrook, no, Meadowbrook's their Meadowbrook subdivision, which is between Arcona and
Right,
Lewis.
right.
They're all in there. It's just the, like I said, North Street's on this end, Meadowbrook Boulevard's on the other end of the sub, and then Beaver Tail's are in the middle.
Okay.
If they do, they do. If Ed can, get it around just to, it's kind of hard to block up Fifth Street
Yeah.
or his area. But we'll see.
So north is there.
Yeah.
There's Beaver Trail. And I know we needed some money for paper.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
so we're supposed to check the trailer to see what kind of paper products we have
Yeah.
left.
I have not checked it yet.
But,
Sorry.
it'd be about, what is it, $150?
Yeah, you said about 150.
For I was hoping for at least 2 block parties. We could get away with $150 for plates, the silverware and napkins. Approximately, that's from Sam's Club.
Do we want to, do we want to have a block party sponsorship? Do we want to reach out so we can get some, so we don't eat too much cost? Because I know our budget's still about 2.
And that
So-
would be the products
And-
about $150.
And then we'll,
and then the porta potty.
yeah. So
each time we have to have 3, but September and October will be a little bit cheaper. It'll be like $75.
To be ported down?
Well, for 3 different block parties.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so,
No, sorry, no, just one.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
And the reason we're having 3 is that they, they all reached out.
Mhm, yeah.
And it was like overwhelming between Uptown and Meadowbrook.
Does it make sense to put to talk to the 2 folks that are so close together and just ask, would you like to do one party and do it together? Because, I mean, those streets are right next to each other,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We could, because that corner, the people that want to have it are on the corner of North
Mhm.
and Morning Glory. One being the house that I own, and then Liz and Dave's, they're
Yep.
right there on the corner.
Yep.
And then Beaver Tail, so we could actually block off like Morning Glory between North and Beaver Tail.
Yep.
And they could just combine them into one. Yeah.
I'd say that one.
I think
That's a better
Yeah.
that's a better idea, because I can see that you could get complaints from other part of the city that you did 2 up here and I mean, it may be that they didn't take the initiative, but we'll still clear it
And it'll
Yeah.
be easier to block off Morning Glory than block off North,
for sure.
you know, if they even let us block.
Do we still want to do the 6 to 10 schedule for blocking off the street?
So-
Well, we need to figure out times.
Yeah, time, because Uptown Village really like the 5 to 9
Okay,
time at night. But Meadowbrook was thinking more like lunch, good afternoon. So
okay.
let me confirm that.
Yeah,
with
please,
them, the time, and yeah, gotta kind of rush.
Yeah,
Because Uptown Village, when originally was in their
yeah,
clubhouse
yeah,
parking lot, we didn't need to pull permit. Now we need to
yeah,
pull
both,
permit.
yeah.
So, yeah, so do we want to do sponsorships?
If we can identify a sponsor, great.
Yeah, if we can get one, cool. If not, we can still eat some. So, I mean, do we want to get a motion on the table then? Or do we just want to try to get a sponsorship? And if not, we'll just eat cost later.
If you or any of you
Yeah.
can identify a sponsor, then that's gonna be welcome.
Who's providing?
So it'd be them. They are, the only thing Milan Ford is doing is providing music, paper products. We're gonna help clean up afterwards.
Yep.
And
the permit. And the permit.
And the permit.
Yep.
Yes. They are doing the food and games.
Oh, the neighbors are doing.
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, everybody will come together and
Potluck stuff.
potlucks, yeah. And I know Uptown Village was actually gonna do a taco bar instead of manning to grill,
Mhm.
but I don't know what Meadowbrook, and I'll get that, from her. She's gonna reach out, because Meadowbrook has a page.
Mhm.
She's gonna reach out to them,
Meadowbrook has one.
has like a Facebook page.
Oh,
So she's gonna Shannon Dare is gonna reach out to them again and see who wants to do it earlier. If we just have it in August, then we just have it in August, but,
August 7th is very soon.
Yeah.
I know
So-
it is.
So that permit,
Yeah.
does the permit require the council's approval?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Not just the chief?
it
nope,
may not be fine.
no. Well, the council meets next week,
Next Monday.
so
And that'd
we'd,
be the only meeting. between
and
then
so
and-
we would hit, we now would have 24 hours to file because everything's got to be in council by Thursday. So do we want to delay and kick it out till September? I'm totally fine with that.
Let me ask.
Because yeah, and then I was gonna need help for graphics and stuff. So how
Yeah.
I would need you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me the details.
I got
I
the
should know, she's pretty quick. I
Jordan
should
sent me the
know,
graphic.
Okay.
Dave.
Is it
so. And then when do they meet in August?
the second week, second and fourth. Yeah, second and fourth Monday.
So it's probably the 10th and the 20th.
Yeah,
Nice.
ninth.
Ninth?
Ninth. I mean, yeah,
That's where we're at on that.
perfect. Thank you, Stacy, for all you're doing. I know it's madness. Don't worry, I get it.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold them on my other teammates.
Moving on to old business, community bike pumps. We got 2 of them installed last week. Azalea did the photo shoot with me, so I threw that up on
Where are they up?
There are ones at Simon's, the other ones at Paddock. I'm still waiting to get my the Moving Mountain Forward photo shoot with Washtenaw Biking and Walking Coalition. So I should get a photo with them in the next couple weeks, throw it up on Facebook. And then projected, if everything goes well, we'll have the one installed at Wilson, and then hopefully with the BMX course, another one installed there. So
Nature.
yeah, nature.
So
So
nothing downtown.
nothing downtown due to our city ordinance. So yeah, it was a no-go by Tillery. So Holly was there, Holly's witness. So yeah, I do have a witness for it. So yes. So yeah, God bless
Was the
ordinance.
idea that they didn't want to put a bike pump someplace where they didn't want
they're-
people to ride bikes?
Yeah, they're
Because it's illegal to ride your bike
downtown.
on the sidewalk.
So and
But
the
We
enforcement.
won't put signs up to say that, and we won't.
There are
tell
Apparently,
people-
there are
Right.
signs.
there's like 2 sides.
Yeah.
So
I've never.
GMACF grants. How are you doing on your tolling one?
So so there's 2 grants. They
Yeah.
told me to write 2 grants.
Okay.
And I wrote the first one, but you can't save it.
Uh-huh.
And so I just printed out a copy of it, and I didn't want to submit it because I'm waiting for letters of support that I suspect will not come from other organizations. But I'm waiting on those. And that's a couple of hours of work
Okay.
each one.
Sounds good.
I mean, once with everything already
Yeah.
there, it's easy.
Holly, bringing Butterfly Gardens.
I'm
Anybody?
waiting on a bid from Buds
okay.
for the concrete slab.
Okay.
Other than that, I can't really do anything to pick up.
Yeah.
The numbers. So
Gotcha.
it
For
might
the
be
concrete,
slab to put on.
Okay.
For to extend the butterfly garden. Unless anybody
looking
here
for-
wants to volunteer to put down the concrete.
Usually
one of
we
the
get,
things you might do is check with Tom Knox, who's the local concrete guy. And we're just talking about a slab, right?
Yeah, and I'd also need him to secure the bench.
oh, well, actually,
That's something that,
we could do.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's some modifications that might need to be done to the bench, because
Oh.
there's not a way to attach it. It's just this freestanding bench.
Um,
is it a lightweight bench? Or
Sort
a
of
heavy?
raw iron bench. So,
The benches that they have downtown
Yeah.
are not secured, and
Okay.
they've been there for 5 years and nobody's taken
okay.
them.
okay, well,
They
maybe
may
we
be,
might
they
need
may
that.
be more isolated some, where are they going?
By the butterfly garden at Nature Park.
Nature.
At Nature Park.
Yeah, so I'm sure it'd be safe.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can always, we did that for the solar charging station. We did it with Quick Creed and Baldwin, myself, and Chris Swack. We can do that. We can, yeah.
Not that I could do it, but I know other people.
I've worked with Quick Creed with Baldwin and Swack, so I've steadily learned now. So we could even just take that in as volunteer cost. So you can like charge Move a Mountain for it, like $28 per volunteer hour, pretty much. So if we get a weekend, I'll hang out, and then we just get city approval for it, or if we can sponsor it out for the garden too, because that's where I was kind of at. Because I still got to do more photos for the Fix-It stations for myself. I got to go up to Gallup Park in Ann Arbor. Thank God I work for Ann Arbor Parks and Rec. I'll do photos. I got to submit more evidence. Worked with Ed Woolman pretty much all Monday night on mine. So this should be ready to go by next week, because I got to be wheels up to Fort Wayne by Friday next week. So hanging out with some friends finally after like 16 months. So yeah, so good progress. Rain garden, I had the introductory talk with Ellen. I still got to speak with beautification to put in a rain garden in. Asher and I have talked about it. It's just now trying to get people approval, and so I'm waiting on some other master parts on that. Snyder, I know we talked about doing carriage rides. I was just going to tee it off to you.
So our question is, do we want to do carriage rides this year as we did 2 years ago? I mean, carriage rides are expensive. Right?
Yes.
I think that we probably spent about $900 per carriage.
Yeah, because we did
Something like
two.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did make money on it. We
Yeah.
didn't make a lot of money, but I think we made $600 on 2 carriages.
Yeah. We sold
But
one.
the question is, do we want to do that again this year? And if so, when?
And then, well, the Christmas parade's back. All the parades are back. Do we want to do it that same weekend? Yeah, it's
I
just,
think it might be too early to know
yeah,
if there's any kind of spike again.
yeah.
But the other thing is that
We're also,
it is a financial risk for us.
Yeah.
Because, and if we have those things come here and they don't sell
yeah,
well,
we're eating up.
our treasury goes away.
Also, we're asking,
And so we may be better off
waiting a year.
waiting a year.
So also, we're asking the community to take part in Fulton Square right now, which is a big lofty ask too.
Right.
So I don't want to put too many eggs in one basket.
Right.
And I don't want to ask the city too much either, or our residents, or maybe my own board members. I just don't want us to overcook our books either mentally or volunteer wise. So,
The carriage ride couldn't be until December.
yeah. But
Like
then,
First weekend.
yeah, but if Tolan Square, if we get the funding, that's a 4-week project. So for Tolan Square, so we did,
Finishing up about then.
yeah, okay. So,
Maybe.
yeah. So I'm just, yeah. Or do we want to, we could talk about it next meeting too, as well. Or how does everybody feel? Open forum,
I'd say it's too early to
too
decide.
early.
I think it's a great idea. If I were donating to that, I wouldn't think, oh, I already gave money, I'm not gonna do
Okay.
a carriage ride. I would do a carriage ride if I wanted. to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. Martha?
I don't.
What? Everybody's got it.
What was the cost for the carriage rides?
You said 900-ish?
Yeah.
Well,
but
I'm saying
he's
like
asking what-
Turkey.
Oh,
I
we
think
charge
It was $15.
15 for like 10-15 minutes.
We may have had a child rate.
Yeah, and it sold out quick. So, I know we did it during the winter Christmas Town week, and Christmas Town was kind of that was
That
cool.
was Christmas.
Yeah, that was Christmas Town.
So it was pretty popular.
Yeah, it was popular because one Rochelle from Northern Church recommended it, and so if we want to,
One
well,
of the things that we struggled with though was that all of your money on those carriage rides is made from the last people that you put on the carriage.
mhm,
If you put on like the minimum amount on each one, then
That was
you're
like 6,
barely covering carriages. But figuring out ways to combine combinations of this family and this family in the same carriage. We ended up having empty seats,
yeah,
and the empty seats cost you $15 a property.
yeah. So we wanted to keep it even as possible, not too many odd, but we still ended up having. But yeah, we'll talk about it more.
Okay, we'll talk about it more. And
I think it'd be interesting too to hear the hype of like the Christmas parade and how everything's
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, I'll-
Because without having it,
I'll
I
talk.
don't feel like it might be as long as it's spiked or
Mhm.
anything. I feel like people might really come out.
Yeah,
and do that because
Oh, for
when they
sure.
realize-
Yeah.
But I
I
do
think
get
that
the concern on it's not the cheapest option for us
No.
to do something.
we
I
had
think that what we did
we had
2 years ago.
we had sponsors too for the tickets, and so
That's
we
right.
yeah
Danielle was. a
yeah
sponsor.
yeah.
That's
So
right.
we can always
And she sponsored like $1,000.
yeah,
Or maybe it was $750.
something like that, yeah. So we
It's
can
possible.
open up
Yeah.
again. So we'll,
Put it on the back burner.
yeah, back
Um,
burner.
Yeah, I think that what we did 2 years ago
Mhm.
was that it was not the same day as the parade.
Oh yeah,
There was small business Saturday
Yeah.
one week, and the parade a week later, and then we were a week
Oh,
after that.
Yeah, so it was something there.
So it was 3 weekends of Christmas Town.
Yeah. So it did work. Yeah. So we could just do that off December day
And that really
Saturday.
works better because
For us.
the truth is, as hard as we feel like we work at it, some of the organizations don't play with us.
Yeah.
Well, and if software is done by then,
Oh, perfect.
we
perfect.
could have our opening with carriage rides and like
Oh, that
have a
would be
big,
perfect.
really,
Yeah.
that
I
would
like-
be really
yeah.
cool. So-
And people are chomping
Put the
at
pressure
bit
on.
now.
Yeah, right.
Travel's
Uh,
boosted,
yeah.
and I think that that's along the same lines of entertainment, like travel, like
Yeah.
getting a new experience,
Mhm.
and people,
Tell you what,
families are
I need
getting
to
their
talk to Dan.
stimulus money monthly now for their kids, so people have more money.
I need to talk to Danielle about that. I'd feel a lot better about it if she was interested in sponsoring it
Yeah.
again. And then it's much less. What?
Oh. I would rather have two going so we can still get tickets because one's people are gonna. I know how crowds are because I've seen it. So I mean I understand where you're coming from too. I get that argument. I mean we'll just ask around.
So we'll table this.
Yeah. Great discussion though, guys.
Yeah.
Really.
And it was good to hear that some enthusiasm.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
And like she said, if you just book one, sell those tickets, and then if you get enough, book the second. Then
Pre-sale.
you're
We're
not-
probably gonna be hard pressed to get the booking.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
They
Yeah, they book up,
they book early.
especially that time of year.
Yeah.
probably.
Between Christmas and Ida and then us trying to be a Christmas town, it's because they're booking Ida too, from what they told us.
Yep.
So it's either book, quick feelers, relays coming up in August. Does moving my own forward? Do we want to have a team? I talked to my relay crew. They're wondering if moving my own forward. Besides, we're letting them rent out our blow up. But if they're wondering if we could do a team this year,
What's coming up?
relay for life.
Oh,
So I just
when
want
is that?
third weekend of August.
third week, it's virtual still. So I know last year we did a food drive for compassion and
Why can't we do it in person?
just COVID.
Really decided.
Yeah, relay decided.
There's a lot of people who don't answer.
It's
So
outdoors.
there's a lot of people who don't answer. So we need to-
Yeah, the risk.
I know.
So
You have experience there too.
There's some other towns that are bigger than us. I know they're not.
yeah, So-
I know that one of the head people really pretty well, and she said they're really struggling right now.
yeah, and I'll contribute what I can individually, but if my own forward's not down, it's okay. We'll do something bigger next year. That's
How
fine.
much is the team?
It's free to start a team. It's just trying to fundraise last minute. It's something we tried last year and was so. But I ended up working with my neighbor. So
I'd be more into it if we were in person.
yeah, and that's
That's my personal feeling for it.
I say motion to table till next year for a relay team. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Motion passes. New business, the Historical Society has reached out to me. They're gonna do a women's fashion show on August
Cool.
12th. They're wondering if they could borrow our PA system. I wanted to run it by you guys because usually this is
Can
how
I be a model? That'd be really fun.
I can reach out to the
Yeah,
historical,
right.
or
Yeah.
You're working with Ian?
yep. So
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
okay, perfect.
That's what I think.
Uh,
We want to support any of the nonprofits. in
so
town.
motion to let them use our PA system.
Motion.
Yeah, sweet. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? Yes. Cool. All right. Sweet. I just wanted to go through. It's like 12 through. It's like a Thursday, I think.
Somebody needs to spend some time. with them so
Find
that
out.
they know
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
use it.
Yeah, I was gonna teach Ann and John. Any other new business we want to talk about?
Dump Lake is your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do have one new thing.
Okay.
Is Dan Detling on?
I've not seen him on there.
Okay. So he reached out to Poseidon, which is a pond company similar to the one that I had been in contact with before. The one that I was reaching out to before quit trying to get to it. They said, sorry, basically, we're not going to be able to do it. So Poseidon is out of Dexter, and they want $300 for a bid, to put in a bid, but that goes toward the service. I guess they just want, they don't want to be running around giving free bids. So we can.
What are they doing? Testing the water
They
quality and
are-
the quality of the ground underneath the lake?
Well,
what?
they would just be giving a bid for
Oh.
the testing for all of our projects. So, but
Which $300
Overall.
yeah, so as long as we go with them, which nobody else, everyone else is too busy, then it would be worth it. But they are busy until August, and they said on a Thursday night or Friday during the day, whoever wants to go out there and meet with them and talk to them while they do the bid.
we determined that the Gulf Lake is on city property, correct?
Yes,
Do we need to approach Ellen then? Have a discussion about that?
we
or-
need to, find
I feel
out.
like
Yes, and she didn't say they wouldn't.
No.
She said she'd rather not go with a company that had
Mhm.
the paid bid, but I tried that and
Yeah.
it didn't work out.
No.
So I need to
I need to
figure
get you
that
that
out.
contract.
Yes.
It's pretty unusual for a company to ask to be paid for writing a bid. What's that?
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I paid for a bid once and I didn't use them afterwards. They were the least impressive people that I talked to in that
I
field.
did that too one time for a fireplace.
Um,
I think they know they got you right now. It's the problem.
Yeah.
Right, if
I-
everyone
and-
else is busy, then.
And the-
And yeah,
And it may be that this just isn't the end to
Yeah.
do the testing.
We could wait it.
We wait until 2022 and
April. Well, I would say we could always do it March, April timeframe, that quarter.
Right.
I'm thinking aggressively though. but
that's
yeah.
when places pick up again though. I started then. That's when I started calling the other
Shoot,
company
yeah.
and they were already so busy.
do they do
My
do they
brother
create
worked with
proposals in
that
the
guy.
wintertime?
I don't know, probably.
We could sample like then too.
Right.
But we're not doing the
Yeah,
testing.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
only getting a proposal for doing the testing. So
Right. The other company wasn't even going to do a proposal. It was just, do you want us to do this? And they looked at it on a satellite and said, this is how much it'll cost.
and what sort of number was that?
That was like 6,000 for the, I don't
For
have it in
testing?
front of me. The testing was like 300-400 something. I don't have it in front of me. No, that was for the aeration pump.
Uh,
And then don't make those sounds.
That's right.
And then it was another, I want to say 600 they did it 3 times during the summer where they put the pellets in. These are just numbers that I'm trying to remember. I have it all in my PowerPoint slide, which I don't have with me, but everyone seemed like they were on board, like it was doable then. People weren't,
Mhm.
making those sounds
Sorry,
that
yeah.
day. And it was those bacteria was going to eat the muck, and then it was going to, over time, correct the mucky
Love that
problem.
part. Love that part of that.
And yeah,
I wonder if the thing to do is to have a subcommittee meeting like, and just work on coming up with a plan. Figuring out what the steps are and the order that they need to be taken in and who needs to be involved and that sort of thing. I'd be happy to be a part of that. I think that Doug Baldwin has to be a part of that because he's served on that Parks and Rec Commission for a very long time and can speak to that side of it. And I'd invite Ellen to participate. I don't know if she will.
Well, Dave and Ellen and I have had a few meetings together,
Yeah.
just the three of us.
Yeah.
So we've kind of
Have you
explored that.
figured out a progression of things that
We did until the company kind of fell through. So now it's just this initial $300 that's the roadblock. I mean, we don't need to figure out what to do. There's professional companies, Poseidon, and they are reputable. The owner and my brother used to work together and he went off on his own. So my brother knows him very well.
is Poseidon the one in Dexter?
In
that's
Dexter,
$300?
yes.
Okay.
So they know what to do. I mean, we don't need a committee to decide how to do it. They already know. And if we're not gonna do the manpower ourselves, like we're doing with the Saline River, then we just hire the company. I just need the $300 to start the bid. And then we kind of, like Parks and Rec said they would pick up some of it. And then we were gonna try to get a grant through GMACF. I don't know where that
That
stands.
didn't have passed with our group, so we're submitting 3 this year instead of, we're gonna try to do 6, but then 3 was kind of the best course. Just with our finances being strapped for where we are.
I think that that's something that
We can do next
could
year.
be the part of what we're looking at during. Because this is going to be
Yeah, that's a long go.
adding parkland to a city is an extended process.
Yeah. We can
Wait, adding what park?
go play.
Oh, Gunplay.
And
The
then,
land surrounding it.
and I was kind of hoping Parks and Rec would apply for the GMACF grant to
And
For-
they're,
propose for Gump Lake, because it's not necessarily, I mean, we got a subcommittee with it, but it's not necessarily our project. We can add in, you know what I mean?
so should I apply for it?
For a grant
For
from
the,
GMACF,
yeah, for Gump Lake.
you probably can't. Has to be a
nonprofit.
nonprofit or an organization with a charitable purpose.
I wonder why Rachel told me to do that then. That's so weird. I'll have to ask her.
No.
She told me to put it under my name, but I've never looked at the application, so I don't know.
Go to GMACF.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
or-
will
or-
before, because it's running out now.
Yeah, it's the end of the month.
If you want to, like I said, if you want to sit down and talk through the process, I'd be happy to do. The 31st is
The
Saturday, a week from
deadline,
now.
Yeah, deadline's
Um,
quick.
And I'd be happy to help with something like that. Writing up a GMACF grant is really a pretty easy process.
How much would
Once
it
you've done it
cost
once.
to buy the land around the lake?
That's on the city to buy
Almost
it.
$1 million.
That's on the city to buy it.
What is it listed for?
Eight-
800,000?
For
Yeah.
25
I'll have
acres.
to rattle my piggy bank.
Yeah, rattle it out.
We could call it Churchill Lake. Yeah. No.
I mean,
We would essentially, but we'd need a letter of support from the city. So Parks and Rec again would have to cut us a letter of support to, oh yeah, you can write for the Gump Lake grant. So we'd have, yeah, so-
I'll look, I'll look. I don't know. Like I said, it was,
I can talk to you offline about it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll talk with you one-on-one.
okay.
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. So,
However, it's cheaper than doing things to this lake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed,
It's a lot smaller.
yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't stop here. It's over there too. You gotta
I
include
think
that.
what you're hearing from us is that we're all enthusiastic about the project,
Uh-huh.
but we don't see how we could do it on this timeline for that grant.
We're at a standstill.
And it's something we can do.
No, yeah, and like I told you in an email, Gump Lake's permanent subcommittee from here till we'll cheerlead it up as best we can and work with the city. And it's a bigger project than moving Mountain Ford somewhere to how Toolin Square is. It's a big project. It's gonna take some time. Yeah, so we're all in support of it. So yeah, it just next grant cycle.
And there are other funding sources too. When I was talking about my report, 24 different organizations that we're applying for funding from.
Oh, wow.
So there are other places that might support something like that.
Okay.
Sweet. Looking ahead, I did talk with Ed Cole. We're gonna bump it up for Milan Cares probably up another week, so we can reserve it for Halloween week for Boo Ball.
Oh, to move
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
okay, good.
Yeah, so I talked with Ed on third Thursday, so we did have a good
Yeah.
conversation on
That
that.
would be silly to get
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah. And then, yeah, once again, we'll do a compassion service day in the fall. I'll work with Amy Taylor on that. Roundtable. Michelle, do you have anything?
I don't have anything.
Perfect. Lana. Stacy. Martha. Drew.
No, I guess my only question, or I was just wondering too, I know we talked to my buddy about putting up like screens and
Yeah.
stuff, but I know I wasn't here at the last meeting, but I didn't know if we had a list of who.
We're gonna wait. I gotta talk with Baldwin, and I'll throw it. Well, I'll throw it up this week for sponsorship, probably in the next 2 weeks or so. I'll work with Baldwin on that. I'll delegate it out or something.
That works. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
So who wants to sponsor? So
Got it.
Snyder,
Yes.
Holly.
Sunflower Festival is coming up August 6th, through the end of August, basically.
Wait, what is
So,
coming up? on-
Sunflower
Sunflower Festival out at Zelke Farm. So, yeah, we're gonna have like lots of food that you can pick up at the stand and then go have a little picnic out in the picnic table and stuff.
Sweet. Quick thing. Baldwin does have like 200 bumper stickers. So if you guys did not get your Milan bumper stickers, he'll get them. I'll get them. Just instant message me or call me if you guys want some. I'll
What
get
do
with
the
Baldwin.
bumper stickers
Take
say?
one.
I'm moving Mountain Ford
I'll take my 20.
20. So we did find them. They were in like Baldwin's car because Baldwin doesn't clean his car. Sorry to make fun of you, Dave. I know you're out of town. Tell Trish I said happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Trish.
Is she on the phone?
No,
No.
we're recording though. Thank you all for your progress. Let's keep striving for something better, bigger and greater. Once again, Rome was not built in a day, moving Mountain Ford's not built in brick by brick.
Anybody would like assign Josh Coughlin for councilman? He has them.
Oh,
They are
nice.
available. So, yes. Yep, I got them.
I'll
And
put one in the country for you.
sweet. I got a couple people. I got enough signs to last for days. So yeah. So yeah. Shirts also came in too. So.
In my truck.
Yes. Yay. All right. That's all I got. Motion to adjourn the meeting. What time do we got? Anybody?
So moved.
7:56. Okay. Motion.
Motion.
Holly.
Second.
Drew. All in favor?
Bye.
Any opposed? Nay. We are done though.